teachers, students, parents, members of the school community, and other guests.
We're glad to see you at the 6th annual presentation of MYP personal projects at Skolkovo International Gymnasium, where students of the 9 grades show the results of this year's work.
As you know, every day we award one nomination to the best student. For example, yesterday the most reflective person was chosen. Today we are going to look for inquirers among the students. So who are inquirers?
As for me, I define an inquirer as someone who learns by asking many questions. I am sure the jury will help us to find the best inquirer.
And now we are ready to introduce the members of the jury. Please welcome Vladimir Matsnev, student of 11th grade who had created one of the brightest TEDs in 2021.
Kate Kachova, student of 10th grade who had one of the biggest personal projects, The Drummers, social video about school stereotypes in case of musical clip.
Valeria Zhurinskaya, head of the department in psychological support service and high school psychologist.
Shestakova Galina, senior and high school tutor and homeroom teacher coordinator.
Kuzivanova Natalia, head of the foreign languages department and English teacher.
Klimenko Darya Lvovna, high school English teacher.
And Akankova Anastasia, IBDP English B teacher.
For our presentation to be effective and successful, let us announce the performance rules.
As you have already noticed, all the presentations will be held in English. Each speaker will have 7 minutes for the glorious presentation and 3 minutes to answer the questions. The questions, both in English and Russian, can be asked not only by the jury, but also by any listener in the assembly hall.
Before we invite the students to the stage, we kindly ask you to switch your mobile devices to silent mode. Please respect each other and do not leave the assembly hall during the presentation. We wish all participants good luck and objective assessments.
Arthur, who do you think asked more questions, student of 9A or 9B?
We will find it out right now. And now we are ready to invite our jack of all trades, Lebedeva Milena. She is participating online. Let's applause.
Hello everyone, my name is Lebedeva Milena and I'm going to present you my MYP personal project. My topic was how to create my own Jewelry collection. My supervisor is Alexandra Mishina and I would like to start. Next, please. My learning goal was to share knowledge with people about how to create beaded jewelry with your own hands. I learned to do this by developing skills such as development of a research plan, exploring a new social platform, and gathering information in social skills. My personal interest was really big. It was like a challenge for me. I have always wanted to try myself as a person who can share his knowledge with someone, with other people, and teach them something. Uh, it was I was very interested in this. I'm wondering what like what is the problem of what is what should I do if I want to share my knowledge with something and teach something, what I can do next. Next. My project goal was to create video tutorials on making a collection of beaded jewelry. You can see all pictures of my types of jewelry. Also, I'm wearing it right now. And next. When I started to uh, working on my product, I wrote a product success criteria, and I want to read them to you. um, First of all, it is video quality. It is an important thing, and if you want to share your knowledge, teach people in videos, you must do your video in a high video quality, because if you will do a bad video quality, mm, I I think that no one will like to um, watch your videos. So I thought that this is a very important thing, and I have a lot of I have spent a lot of time to do this. Next of all, it is video includes instructions, because if someone cannot read or listen, cannot hear or listen your instructions, you must to write it to people, because if they want to read it, they will do it. Um, Text of instructions in the video must be clear. It is an important thing. Viewers must understand what you mean, what you trying to say, and it is important thing. And the last one is the viewers will be able to create Jabberly after watching my videos. It is an important thing, because they must to understand what I mean. They 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 can do this Jabberly after watching. And the next one. Next one. Uh, Product development plan. When I started, I wrote a product development plan, and first of all was design of 4 types of Jewelry. Next of all is turn out design into reality, and check comfort and reliability. After all of this, I had to record for videos instructions, and edit and post videos on the social networks. Next, please. The ATL skill that was applied to help achieve, first of all, my learning goal. It is research and information skills. I conducted research, and I learned to do this by developing skills such as development of research plan. For this, I asked for myself a lot of questions about how to beat a Jeopardy, how to shoot videos, and something like that. And after that, I answered on these questions. Next of all, it is exploring a new social platform. I also asked for myself a lot of questions, but now I asked them about how to edit the videos, how to add, for example, subtitles and something like that. And the last one is gathering information in social networks. I watched a few videos of people who are doing beat Jeopardy for a long time and repeat their Jeopardy. And the ATL skill that was applied to help achieve my product goal was creative thinking. I create original works in ATS, video editing. I do video editing with a creative approach, and design of social networks. Next, please. Challenges that I faced with. My huge problem turned out to be laziness and not the ability to work with deadlines. It was like a huge problem for me because I was wondering about what should I do? I don't have any time, and where I can find the time. Next, please. My product, it is four types of generally, and my product was video tutorials in which I showed how to make four types of generally with your own hands. Next, please. What did I learn since I started the personal project? During my long and hard work with the project, I have learned a few things. I understood what is the hard deadlines. I began to adhere to hard deadline, and I have learned to turn my desires into reality. I think that this is uh, important facts and qualities that will help me in the future. Next, please. What advice would I give to someone starting the personal project? For people who are starting to work on their projects, I advise them to control their time a lot because this will only make their life easier in the future. Responsibly approach the choice of the topic of their personal projects so that while working on it for the entire academic year, they would like to do it and not put off for later. Next, please. What am I most proud of achieving through the personal projects? I'm proud of myself for how much work and effort I put into this my personal project. It didn't come easy for me at all, and I was lazy and upset a lot, but I still wanted to achieve that I wanted. I set a task for myself to give my best, which I did. In the next one. I want to say words of gratitude to my curator. It is Anna Permikova, my supervisor, Alexandra Mishina, my parents, friends from the 9th and 10th grade, and friends from my dance classes. They all helped me and supported me while I was working on the project, and uh, I'm happy that I have this people who can help me with all my problems. And yes, thank you.
Milena, it must have been a lot of work. That was awesome.
It looks very professional. I think bidding is going to be one of the most popular hobbies in Skolkova after your presentation. Our second participant is Sergey Kirill with his electronica system. Welcome on stage.
Hello, dear teachers, classmates. My name is Kirill, and today is my honor to start the second day of personal project presentation, and my project is called Olympiad Notifier. Huh? Какой экран? другая.
Кирилл, у меня вот эта презентация.
Ну, там другая была.
I'm so sorry
Нет, там... Там...
to present your presentation.
Ну, это не та презентация, это вообще не то, что там нужно. Это с другого... Ну, для другой работы.
So, okay, we would like to invite the next participant.
And now, let me invite our new fashion designer, Yelchisheva Maria, with her project. Give your hands to Maria.
Welcome on stage.
Hey everybody, today I would like to present you my personal project. My supervisor is Raisa Nikolaevna Poleykina. Okay, my learning goal is when I was thinking about the idea of a personal project, I want to do something interesting for me. It was important for me to make my project very useful for me and for my future. About a year ago, I started thinking about my future professional. I started looking and thinking about what I'm interested in. Then I realized that the hot topics for me is clothes. I like to make different images where like complement bows and so on. But I was missing something. Everything I saw in the shelves in store, it was boring and not original for me. I want to do something original, something my own. I had an idea in my head, and then I think it will be a great idea to draw it. I found a program, and after 15 minutes, I have my first sketch. Here's it. I was very interested in drawing, but still I want something more. I want to sew my sketches. But I never touched a sewing machine before, and I didn't know how it worked. And then I decided that my learning goal would be to develop sewing skills in order to sew my capsule of 5 things. My project, I always interested in original clothes. I draw them. I want to create a small collection for a start. For 2 years, I have been dreaming of creating my own clothing brand. A personal project is the first step toward my dream. My project is create a mini capsule of 5 things. Each thing will be drawn and sewn by me. And I will have a criteria that I will have to observe when I'm sewing my project. Criteria is versatility. Items from my capsule are appropriate in many situations, no matter which place or event a person is going to attend. My clothes can be worn both to school, to a party, for example. Compatibility. All things in a wardrobe should go well together. I can tell it possible my capsule using the same clothes to create new combination each time. Relevance. My concept is relevant according to the latest trend, but at the same time, these items include a classic cut, accept the aspect that always will be shown in trend. High quality. My clothes are made of high quality materials, comfortable to wear. That means that they will be in perfect condition for a long time. And here's my plan. My plan is very big, but if to say short, first I decide what my learning goal, and then I started drawing sketches. In the mid-November, I have already 5 sketches what I want to sew. At end of November, I start to design of fabrics, what it will be. Then I have saving courses of fashion designer, and these courses, my teacher helped me to understand how to save, how to make patterns, in what color with what I need to do. After finishing these courses, I started to saving my capsule, and it was interesting. In order to learn how to create clothes, I must apply to existing knowledge to create new ideas, products, or process. It's creative thinking skills. I will learn this if I study the basics of sewing, the world collection of fashion houses. To do this, I finish the design courses. I create sketches and patterns, and I choose my materials. To create a capsule wardrobe, I use existing ideas for a new one. It's creative thinking. One more time. I learn and analyze my wardrobe and understand what things I'm missing. Studying trend and create a lookbook. Here is work pictures. How we do all this. Personal project. When I start doing a personal project, I feel it will be very boring and it's don't give me anything. But it's just like waste of time. But now I understand that the project give me a lot, and thanks personal project, because now I understand who I want to become in the future. I want to be a fashion designer. I learned how to sew, to choose the right colors and materials. I learned how to create clothes, what you need for this, and how you can do this. But personal projects have not only practice part of the work, but there are lots of writing parts. To be honest, it's not my favorite part of the job, but it's give me a lot. I learned to distribute my time. I became more responsible. This qualities is very important for me, and these qualities give me a lot. And here is my clothes. Thank you.
No.
Hello, Maria.
Hello.
Congratulations, wonderful project, and
Thank you.
I can see that you are wearing the item that you have made yourself. That's super cool. A quick question: and how did you choose the materials for the clothes that you are going to create?
I choose stores where I want to go. I go there and I look materials, I like touch it, and what I like more, and what I want more, like what is more comfortable to me, more beautiful, I took it.
So just comfort and
the color, comfort.
What about the material itself, the fabric, as we call it? Is it cotton or wool or?
It's cotton.
Okay, thank you.
Maria, and because you are choosing the our best inquirer today, I want to ask you a question, like focusing on how well you did your research. And I want to ask you, what are the most typical mistakes people make when choosing clothes?
I don't hear.
Yeah. Do you hear me? What are the most typical mistakes people make when choosing clothes?
I think for every people it's like not the same thing, but for me it's like comfortable. It's important for me that clothes need to be comfortable.
No, I'm asking about mistakes people make. So usually when we choose
mistakes,
clothes,
okay.
we kind of go wrong
I
sometimes,
think
and we look
people
ridiculous.
I think that people can to clothes it would be beautiful but not very good quality, and they like will and this like t-shirt or I don't know what the people choose is will be not very good quality, and it will be bad in 2 weeks or something like this, like bad quality, bad materials, not comfortable.
So, like choosing the right fabric. Fabric is the most important thing, right?
Yeah, it's very important. If you want to be like close, if you want to be your clothes, people wear a long time. You need to choose your fabrics, materials.
Okay, thank you.
So.
Thank you, Maria.
Maria, thank you for giving us your time. I really liked your product.
I liked it too. It was awesome. Now, we would like to invite our expert in chess, Pugac Gleb. Come up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pugac Gleb. My supervisor is Anton Dmitrievich Frikin, and the topic of my presentation is the chess tournament. So, let's go on. Here's my learning goal. My learning goal is promotion of chess in the public educational space by holding a chess tournament inside the gymnasium among students and teachers. In addition, I have here I have a key research question: how to interest the gymnasium in chess. Now I'm going to tell you about my personal interest and motivation. I became interested in this idea of the project due to the fact that I have played chess and have participated in chess tournaments since childhood. While doing this project, I want to experience the emotions of the organizer of the tournaments and to experience the emotions of the person opposite. My next slide is about my product goal. And it is holding a chess tournament inside the gymnasium among students and teachers. Next slide is about my product success criteria. That is not surprising that I have some of them, and I have 5. They are: at least 20 people will take part in my tournament. I will hold my tournament from start to finish in 1 hour and a half. I will be able to affect students of all classes and ages. I will be able to find all the necessary equipment for my tournament, and I will be able to hold my tournament before the winter holidays in order to start work on the final report having enough time. Looking ahead, I want to say that I have completed 4 of them. Let's continue. On this slide, you can see the plan that was used by me to achieve my goal. There are 6 points in my plan. First one is familiarization with the basics of the organization of the tournament. Second one is to interview the organizer of the famous chess tournament, PSHS. Third is creating a poster. Then coordination with the administration of the gymnasium of the place and time for my event. After it, coordination with PE teachers of the gymnasium, of the chess staff that school can give me. And the last one is holding the tournament. In addition, on the slide, you can see in which dates I have done it. Next slide is about ATL skills that helped me a lot with my project. I would like to note that communication and self-management skills helped me the most while working on on my project. So when did communication skills help me? To tell the truth, I have used them at least 3 times. During negotiations with the administration of the gymnasium about the time and place of my tournament, during the interview when I needed to ask as many necessary questions as possible, but not to annoy the interlocutor with them, and during the tournament when I had to manage my team of arbiters. As I said before, self-management skills also had helped me a lot. I used them when I started keeping my diary. I also used them during the preparation for the tournament and in preparing for the interview. Nevertheless, other retail skills have helped me a lot either. The next slide is about my final product. I want to remind you that my final product is a chess tournament. In total, I spent 10 hours organizing and conducting my tournament. I spent 8 of them on preparation and 2 on the organization itself. Nevertheless, only 16 people have participated in my tournament. So that is the reason why I didn't fulfill one of my success criteria. So let's continue. My knowledge. While working on my project, I learned for myself a lot of principles and nuances in the organization of the tournament and negotiating. I also realized that it is necessary to be strongly involved in the process and not retreat at the first difficulties in order to create a quality product. My advice. If one of the students of the gymnasium also wants to hold a chess tournament, then I advise them to draw up a detailed plan or algorithm of actions in advance, using which the student will be able to organize their tournament easier and faster. I also advise them to arrange the venue and time of the event with the administration in advance. My main achievement. Of course, I achieved my main goals. I consider my main achievement to be that I managed to prepare a screen with all the results of games displayed on it. I was pleased with it because I know by myself that it is more pleasant and comfortable to participate in a tournament when you can analyze the tournament situation, understand where you're at, etc. What would I change? Actually, I'm happy with my project and I believe that I conducted my tournament with high quality. Anyway, I will try to start preparing the necessary and high quality chess equipment for my tournament in advance next time, so that the participants will be as comfortable as it is possible. My next slide is about my personal change. Before starting work on my project, I was intensely afraid to take risks and generally did not understand the meaning of risk-taking. I thought that it was possible to completely remove risks from my life, but until I finished work on my project, that I realized that there was no getting away from them. Last slide is words of gratitude. I want to thank those people now who have helped me a lot with my personal project. First of all, thanks to Anton Dmitrievich for his help in writing the final report and holding the tournament. I couldn't do anything without him. Also, thanks to Anna Andreevna for her help in writing the final report. Thanks to my favorite physical education teachers for their help and responsiveness. Thanks to Platon, Diana, Evelina, and especially Anastasia Saprikina for their help in holding the tournament. In conclusion, I want to thank you for your attention, and that's it. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. And if there are no objections, I would answer your questions in Russian for completeness. Thank you.
So, what software did you use to create that screen with the results?
Could you repeat, please?
What software did you use to create that screen with the results of the tournament?
Можешь, пожалуйста, погромче?
Могу на русском.
Да, ну я реально не слышу. Какая стратегия?
Нет, в какой программе ты делал экран с результатами турнира?
Как раз-таки я понял, в какой программе, определился программу, в которой я буду это делать после интервью с организатором ПШС, потому что я узнал, что у них есть такая онлайн-площадка, как жеребьевка, и на ней я зарегистрировался и организовал свой турнир. Но там хочу предупредить, что в шахматах проводится по швейцарской системе, то есть там не как сетка и встречаются в финале, а каждый играет, ну, допустим, есть 9 туров, и каждый играет по одной партии, и уже по итогам набранных очков, кто больше набрал, тот и становится первым. То есть для других турниров, других видов спорта это сложно применить.
Глеб, у меня вопрос. Я очень хорошо помню этот турнир, он был прекрасен и был прекрасно организован. Но сейчас я узнала детали, мне стало любопытно. Ты говоришь, что в критериях успешности ты считал, что если 20 человек примет участие, это будет успех, а приняло 16. А как ты выбирал вот это количество участников в критерии успешности? Спасибо.
Да. Спасибо за вопрос. Здесь. Владимир, вам тоже спасибо. Хотел сказать, что предварительно я просто делал алгебраические вычисления и понял, что 20 человек это примерно 2-4% нашей гимназии. И я понял, что это будет для начала нормальный отклик сообщества на мое проведение. И еще хотел бы сказать, что почему именно 16 человек, а не 20. Предварительно зарегистрировалось 20 человек, но, к сожалению, 4 присутствовать не получилось. А так как я закрыл жеребьевку, потому что не хватало достаточного шахматного оборудования, не получилось больше.
В любом случае, ты считал от всех школьников, но мне кажется, что количество умеющих играть в шахматы, оно, конечно, значительно меньше. Да?
Да.
Поэтому это большой успех. Молодец.
Да, спасибо.
Глеб, можешь назвать 3 новые для себя вещи, которые ты узнал об организации вот таких мероприятий?
Я считаю, что главным открытием для меня было, я так предполагал раньше, но сейчас я точно в это уверен, что именно успех, он заложен в деталях. То есть надо качественно проводить свой турнир и заранее подготовиться к нему, чтобы как можно детали продумать заранее и все предусмотреть. Это вообще основная вещь, которую я для себя открыл, поэтому вот так.
Можно еще вопрос?
Конечно.
Глеб, вы сказали, что вы играете в шахматы с детства.
Да.
Как шахматы помогают вам в учебе? Какие качества они вас развивают или развили уже?
Спасибо за вопрос. Я вообще считаю, что каждый спорт – это маленькая жизнь, потому что в ней мы преодолеваем себя, открываем новые качества в себе, развиваем их в себе. Поэтому я считаю, что шахматы мне… Это не я. Понять, что для того, чтобы достичь успеха, надо работать над этим. То есть все просто так не придет к тебе. Также, своего рода дисциплина, потому что, так сложилось, что шахматами можно заниматься откуда угодно. И если я хочу быть успешным в этом виде спорта, то я должен посвящать как можно больше времени этому мероприятию, этому виду спорта. Вот, да. Спасибо.
That was so interesting, Gleb. I wish I had participated in your event.
I am a lucky one. I participated in Gleb's tournament and it was amazing. And our next speaker is going to be Shamshurina Sofia. She will solve teenagers' problems.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Shamshurina Sofia, and my supervisor is Lavrenti Serikov. And my theme of project is anonymous psychological health for teenagers. My learning goal is to provide support and encouragement for young people struggling with mental health, relationship, social anxiety, and self-confidence issues. I think everyone has heard that our parents saying that the teenage is the most horrible and difficult period in our lives. They are mostly always do not understand us, do not agree with our point of view and worldview. That makes teenagers feel lonely, which makes their lives way more difficult. I think I don't need to explain why this is happening. The matter is the lack of support from parents make teenagers find their own way to fix their problems, and very often it ends really badly. So I have always wanted to make teens' life better, so I came up with the idea to create a Telegram bot for psychological help to teenagers. My product is a Telegram bot. I have not been able to complete it, but it's in progress now. I developed an idea, find a way to finance and implement, but I will finish it anyway, and it will definitely work. I think that is especially important because before exams, such an assistant is very useful. The design would be not bright, it will come minimalistic and in white and green colors. The user will have 3 buttons to choose from. Need help with a problem, need help but you don't know what the problem is, and talk to teenager. First one, this is if you know your problem and you will talk to psychologist directly, and the psychologist will help you to analyze your problem. The second one is that if you don't know your problem, and psychologist will help you to analyze yourself and find this problem and of course solve it. The third one is if you want just to talk with teenager. Here the QR code to my business model. You can scan if you want, but I will talk about it briefly in next slides. So my business model is about the Telegram bot development will cost 60,000 rubles. It is a capex, and the opex is 225,000 rubles. The idea is to add 1,000 ruble per month to the cost of studying. The quantity of Skolkova teenagers is about 250, so the total revenue will be 2,050 per month. The profit will be 25,000 per month, so about the income tax is 6%, so the net profit will be 23,000 and a half per month. I will take 60,000 on the loan, and pay the loan within the 3 months with interest. I will accumulate the net profit of the project for the next stage, the development of a model application for the psychological extents to teenagers. My main product success criteria. First of all, usefulness. I'm sure my product is very helpful for the target audience. It will make teenagers' life easier. They will finally find a platform where there is no judgment and everyone understands and respects each other. Also simplicity, that my Telegram bot will be so user-friendly that even a kid can use it. Popularity, my Telegram bot will hopefully have a big audience. And the Telegram bot quality. The Telegram bot should operate stably. This is my short plan. First of all, November, planning how my Telegram bot will look like. December, starting the Telegram bot creation, and March, full upload Telegram bot to the public. To achieve my learning goal, I need these LTL skills. Research skill to find out which problems are more common and what helps the best. And thinking skills to analyze the information received. My advice to those who will do the project is that you need to do everything within deadlines and do not put off your work. I'm most proud of the fact that I was able to combine a personal project work, study and exam preparation. Returning to my advice to beginners, if I was starting again, I would better manage time and complete the report on the time and not leave it upon the last minute. My project has changed me as a learner in the sense that now I understand how important deadlines are. And I would like to say thank you to my beloved supervisor, Lavrenti Serikov, who supported me all the year with personal projects. And thank you for your attention. So now you can ask me questions, but preferably in Russian.
Окей. Я вообще на самом деле оценила очень твою идею. Это звучит очень удобно, иметь своего такого карманного психолога. Но такой вопрос. Считаешь ли ты, что вот такой робопсихолог в виде бота может заменить реального психолога, который все равно оценивает твое состояние даже по каким-то внешним признакам, а не потому, что ты пишешь в бота?
Ну, я думаю, нет, поэтому, конечно, за работой бота будет следить настоящий психолог, который, если что, будет также заменять телеграм-бота.
Хорошо, спасибо.
Да, Можно задать вопрос по поводу бизнес-модели? Вот очень интересно, 250 студентов. Вот как вы их посчитали? Почему 250 студентов? И вот еще вопрос, был ли какой-нибудь у вас, ну, какой-то research, questionnaire какой-нибудь, чтобы определить, сколько именно людей готовы платить по 1000 рублей в месяц, чтобы пользоваться этим ботом? Потому что может так выяснится, что как бы их может быть не так много и не
как
получится.
подросток, я считаю, что это очень полезная функция. И лично я спросила у моих друзей, кому ли будет это полезно. Я считаю, что 1000 рублей в месяц за карманного психолога, как уже сказали.
Нет, просто как бы в серьезных исследованиях обычно
Серьезно,
недостаточно просто спросить.
Это просто
да?
идея, просто моя идея.
А сколько вы друзей опросили, мне интересно?
Немного.
Понятно. А почему именно 250 человек?
Я посчитала, если у нас в школе, получается, 2 класса 10-х, 2 11-х, 3 9-х, 3 7-х, по-моему, вот так посчитала, плюс-минус 15 человек в классе.
То есть именно с 7 класса требуется психолог?
Нет, с 5-го. Я считала полностью среднюю и старшую школу.
А учителям не требуется
Ну,
психолог?
учителя, это как больше для тинейджеров, конечно, но мне кажется, для учителей тоже полезно будет.
Как раз они, может быть, даже более платежеспособны окажутся.
Ну, возможно.
Хорошо, спасибо.
Сонь, интересный очень проект, учитывая то, что сейчас онлайн-психологическая помощь все более популярной становится. Мне интересно, исследовала ли ты вопрос того, в чем преимущества и недостатки вот такого вида психологической помощи? Ну, то есть проводила ли какое-то исследование о том, как проходят такие консультации, в чем их эффективность, есть ли она вообще и с какими запросами туда стоит идти?
Вот именно исследования я не проводила, но вот я 2 раза ходила лично к психологу, 1 раз была онлайн-консультация, то есть без камер. И, честно говоря, мне в последний раз было комфортнее намного разговаривать именно просто голосом, без камеры.
Мне просто интересно, в чем преимущество, то есть, почему этот вид помощи тебе больше?
Для меня это больше как бы анонимно, и может быть в этом легче, но я не уверена, как для остальных, поэтому это как идея, чтобы попробовать. Если зайдет, то дальше можно продвигать.
Здорово, спасибо большое.
У меня такой вопрос. Где ты, так сказать, планируешь брать студентов, которые будут отвечать на те запросы, которые через бота пользователи будут направлять именно студентам? Вот эта вот кнопка Talk to Teenager. Где брать для нее?
Это будет с волонтерами, которые в будущем появятся. Волонтеры будут помогать также просто разговаривать с клиентами.
Это будут волонтеры из нашей гимназии или внешние?
Возможно, да, из нашей гимназии, скорее всего.
Хорошо, спасибо.
В бизнес-план надо включить зарплату психолога и волонтера.
Там есть зарплата. Salary в Texas, да.
У меня еще один вопрос появился. Сонь, а какие риски ты видишь в онлайн-консультировании, вот таком, через бота?
Риски? Даже не знаю. Возможно, кто-то не будет относиться к этому более серьезно, и это как будет как шутка для кого-то. Это был тоже один момент с этим, но я подумаю, как это можно решить.
Да, просто, мне кажется, вот в онлайн помощи, да, это как вот на будущее, да, есть большой риск, да, в том, что не удастся увидеть того, что скрыто между строк, да, в чем отличие там вот такого очного консультирования, да, и того, что мы пишем. То есть как Telegram-бот будет распознавать какие-то состояния, которые невозможно, про которые человек не пишет, да, но чувствует. Вот, поэтому будет здорово, если ты найдешь какое-то решение для этого, и это будет безопасно, анонимно, да, и комфортно для всех. Спасибо тебе большое.
Я подумаю.
Helping teenagers, that is so very kind of you. Also, I liked your balance sheet, that is very professional.
Your idea was brilliant, and now Anna Taranenko will tell us about art therapy, waiting for you on stage.
Come up.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna Tranenka and I would like to present my personal project called Art Therapy. I would like to start with my personal interest. For the last few months, I was interested in psychology, specifically in art therapy. I was so interested that I've even tried this method on myself by working with clay. I made a plate of a very unusual shape and painted it with different colors, patterns, and prints. And then a professional analyzed what have been done to make a report on what it can mean, which later helped me work on my problems and finally solve it. Based on what I have done, the professional told me what I do wrong about my lifestyle and gave me some recommendations on how I can fix it. This experience helped me a lot with recharging my energy and getting ready to reach new heights. So my learning goal was to share my experience on how you can use art therapy to manage your mental state, because I think almost all of the students in our gymnasium are overloaded with homework and lots of other work. Also, such skill as emotion control is very useful for teenagers and kids. There are many different types of art therapy, like dancing, sculpting, and working with clay, scribbling, photography, etc. But I think I have chosen the most interesting method, expressing your feelings on a canvas. It is the most available method because you don't need a professional observing you while drawing. Of course, a professional can analyze your picture and recommend what you can do with your mental problems, but I don't have such an ability for the school project, so at least it will take your stress off and make you do some self-analysis so you will understand yourself better. My product is a research on a certain group of people who will formulate their own request. Then I'm going to do a school exhibition with the pictures. By doing this, I want to attract as many people as I can to this topic because it can be a great way to the students to calm them down, work out personal traumas, reduce their anxiety level, and just relax after a stressful day. The exhibition will be not only with the pictures drewn by this group of people, but it will also have an article with art therapies, general meaning, and instructions on how you can do this at home. Here are my success criteria. The first one is usefulness. I want the project to be as useful for the audience as possible. The second criteria is simplicity. The article needs to be simple to read so everyone can understand it. The third one is informativeness. The article needs to contain only general information so every reader can understand everything easily, but it should be enough information to try this method at home. Next, showiness. The appearance of the exhibition needs to attract people, make them stay for a few minutes, read the article and look at the pictures as some examples of what they can do. Reliability. The information given in the article needs to be correct because the instructions needs to be correct too. And article size. The article shouldn't be long, so it wouldn't seem boring to students. Here's my plan. ATL skills I used to reach my goals are research skills. I checked the information I used with the CARRDC system and arranged it in the form of a table in my report, filtered the sources into a primary and secondary. And communication skills. I conducted an online survey about my exhibition among my classmates and friends, and then did an assessment based on their opinions and the success criteria. Challenges I faced with while developing these skills. I was a bit shocked that working on my personal project wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I think that's because the topic is really interesting to me. So the only problem I faced with is lack of information about CARRDC system of evaluation. Here are pictures of my products. What would I do differently if I started again? I'd take the deadlines more seriously and reorganize my schedule. And also, I would do a more detailed plan. What advice I would give to someone who's starting their personal project? That it is never too late to start, because I did everything at the last moment. And I want to say thank you to my supervisor, Ekaterina Dmitrievna Georg, and all of the teachers who took part in my project. Thanks for your attention.
And can I ask you, thank you. It was really very interesting to hear about such an interesting way of kind of relieving stress and overcoming our stress at school. And do you have any feedback from students on how your products actually helped them to
Yeah, I have feedback from some of my friends, and mostly it is positive. At least it was a great experience for them. It was interesting and like a way to spend time doing some useful thing.
How many friends did you interview?
4 of my friends used it, and maybe more, I don't know. But I know that 4 did it.
Okay, thank you.
Anya, thank you for your presentation and for your project. I think that if there are some art therapy events in gymnasium, everyone will be happy to participate in them, not only students, but also teachers. And I wanted to ask you a question about the requests of people who were on your art therapy session. So did they manage to work on the request that was at the beginning, and what were the results of their work in this group?
Most of the requests were like just expressing your feelings that are inside, and yeah, they expressed their feelings and felt like easier.
So after drawing, they said that they felt better, easier, and they managed it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anna, I was lucky to take part in your project, and I did this art therapy, and thank you for those 2 couple of hours that you presented me with. That was the only time I actually had a good rest and relaxed a lot. Thank you.
As I see the audience's eyes are shining, let's applaud all together again.
A student interested in coding, Ilya Salonin, made a website for a shop. Quite interesting. Let's see. Ilya, the stage is yours.
Hi, can I ask a question? This monitor is working or not? This monitor working or not? No, okay. This one, okay. So my name is Ilya, my supervisor is Elmira Damirovna, and my project is a sneaker store. So my learning goal is to help people buy stuff they want in my store, and they won't have any shipping delays. Also, I will talk about my idea of the project, when it started and why. So when I was in America, I saw that almost all teenagers resell sneakers and some things. and it was very popular in America. So I have an idea to make a store that could take orders from America, China, or Europe to Russia. I'm very interested in this project because I want to have my first experience in business and develop it further. So I choose sneakers because I like to receive them, sell them, and bring joy to customers. Here you can see my product success criteria. In these criteria, I develop function, view, environment, convenience, and resources of the site. And the project will help me to gain knowledge in IT and site creating, which is a very useful skill nowadays. So this is my deadlines, and I don't think it's a correct one, so I will just read it. So in February, I was making up for the idea for the project and set a learning goal. In March, I find resources that can help me make website. In October, I find platform that is named Tilda and learn how to make websites. And in November, I started learning Blender and also making 3D models that can help for this project. And in December, I just finished all the projects and ready to start. So my ATL skills is first communication skills, research skills, it is internet, and I think library is also research skills. So also evidence, survey, poll that can help me know how to make website, what people need in design, what shoes do they like, and okay. So applying ATL skills from my product is product purpose thinking. So it's write a website prototype, get to know people, learn new information. So this is my logotype. And next one. So this is the page, one of my page on the website, and you can see here a photo of a shoe when it's done and the history of the shoe. Also, you can see the price. This is the second page, and that's all. So this is QR code for my website, but I check it right now. It's not working. So I can give you a link to the website later. And this is my 3D model of the store. If the project will be successful, so maybe this 3D model will be my future store, future design of my store. And this is the second picture. You can see logotype on the table and also on the wall. So my topic and global context is my topic is creating the solution for problem and problems, and global context is globalization and I don't know, I forgot it. So my advice and words of gratitude, don't give up and you will make results. If you don't have motivation doing project, just give yourself rest. And also big thanks to my supervisor and our teacher that helped me with a lot of problems. Thank you.
So Ilya, I guess only the QR code is not working today, because yesterday I saw the site and it looks pretty cool, and congratulations on that. I just wanted to ask you, how do you choose the models that you're going to purchase and buy for your friends? Do you first collect the orders from your friends and then look for those sneakers abroad, or do you just travel and bring some shoes that you like personally?
I think I will just collect orders and just take order from another countries to bring here to Russia.
How are you going to ensure swift delivery then?
So the delivery is like 1 week or 2 weeks, and first of all is like first is from China, poison, and I will develop how to bring shoes from America and other countries. But now the logistics is very hard. Like it's hard to bring something from there.
There are numerous of stores like that on Telegram, for example, and what an improvement have you made on these existing stores?
Can you repeat the question?
Have you improved? Is your store some sort of an improvement on existing stores, or is it just the same product that we actually can see on the internet?
I think the difference is like the different price, different shipment days, and also.
Are you offering better prices?
What?
Are you offering more competitive prices? Your prices are lower?
Yeah, lower, of course, yes.
How do you achieve that? How do you manage to keep them so low? Do you make any money?
Yes.
Or just charitable project for your friends?
First, I'm doing making my first clients, and I'm doing the price cheaper, and then in maybe a few years the price will increase. And
so you're tricking people into using
yes,
your store.
like Yandex Taxi, you just paid like fewer. The price is fewer that in other platform, and they just in few years they will increase the price.
Okay,
They're
I see.
like
That's
this idea.
Valid marketing strategy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's very interesting.
Thanks for such a wonderful presentation. As I can see from the applause, everyone liked it.
Arthur, have you watched the film Tulpa?
Actually, not yet. I heard about it.
I have watched it, and it was awesome. That is why we can't wait for Karpekina Margarita to get on stage and tell us about it. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Margarita Karpekina. My project is editing, dubbing, selecting a musical accompaniment for a short film. And my supervisor is Ksenia Vячеславовna Мясникова. Yay! So some students start doing their project in September. Some start doing their project in the summer, so to like save up time. But I started doing my project way back in February of 2022. I've been thinking deeply of what could my project be. I didn't really want to waste time in school. Let's say I wanted to leave the easy bits for school and do the hard part in the summer or spring. Well, that was a huge lie. At the same time, I wanted to spend fun time with my friends in the summer. And that's when I had a brilliant idea of doing a movie about friendship as my project. I will do it in the summer and at the same time spend quality time with my friends. And that's how my journey began. So to start off, I've been thinking about my project for the entire summer, but I've only filmed it for like 6 days. And after I saw that my clips weren't as good as I wanted them to be, I wanted to fix my movie. And that's when the drama lessons came to save me. My supervisor told me that you can fix your movie with post-production. And that's where my theme comes from. Also, I was, of course, interested in my movie's path, and I was interested in how will my movie grow from like a baby to a grown-up. Because in spring, I passed the pre-production, which is everything before filming, and in the summer I passed the production, which is filming. I had 1 point left, post-production, which is editing and everything after filming. So my learning goal was to know, how does the post-production and cinematography work? The questions that wondered me the most were how to be creative while working on a movie, and how do people approach their work? In my case, it's editing, and how could I be like them? And this is my product. I only picked part of it, so let's watch. Можно, пожалуйста? So this is the last bit. To understand if my project is successful or not, I had several criteria that I had to follow. So the first one is plot isn't mixed. When editing, I didn't really want to mix the scenes because then it will mix up in a chronological way. The second one is voice acting done perfectly. I wanted my voice acting to be clear, and so despite all the other sounds, you could still hear the people talking. The third one is the film made and edited in high quality. You can clearly see the movie without any problem. Music selected correctly in a scene. That means music should give like a certain atmosphere in a certain scene. And the film participates in festivals. Well, my film was accepted into some festivals. Well, not all my success criteria were fulfilled. Planning. Planning was a very difficult thing for me. That's why my plan that I made in September is totally different from the one I actually followed. It was due to the hard time management for me. While working on my film, I used several ATL skills. So the first one is, in order to learn about the post-production, I must collect, verify all the information from the internet, and that's research. Second, in order to verify the accuracy of the internet, I had an interview with an expert. I gave and received feedback. That's communication. And after all the gathered information, I developed new skills, techniques, I analyzed everything, and I had some information, and that's self-management. And in order to have a full-fledged movie, I combined my knowledge, understanding skills, and I learned to do this through improving my old drafts to a new and better one, comparing the drafts of my movie, transferring gained information, and tips from the interviewee and the internet to my film, and that's thinking transfer. Challenges they faced. To be honest, I didn't really face any challenges with the skills I've said before, but okay, I did. The biggest problem I had was self-management. When facing the reality, I realized that I was really ashamed and embarrassed of my film. I would do literally anything to prevent my movie. I would force myself to believe that everything I did in my movie was bad. I was mostly concerned about the sound. I would this problem has affected me mentally and has affected my project a lot. My editing schedule ruined so hard that almost on the last day, I would still edit it. And my self-esteem was very low, and I would try to prevent showing my movie to the 6th and 7th graders. But everything was different than I have expected. After showing my movie to 5 classes and also to my friends and family, I had a talk with them and I received feedback, and you can see some of the feedbacks here. While doing that, I understood that my movie wasn't actually a basically a fail. And a lot of people had different opinions about my movie, which was actually great. After analyzing my work, I came to the conclusion that not everything can be perfect and everything can't be perfect, and that's including my movie. And the most important thing of all, I understood that I wasn't shy anymore, and I was confident in myself and in my work. And the advice I would give to the future ninth graders is to not be shy and to be confident in yourself and in your work. And a word of gratitude. I would like to thank my supervisor, Ksenia Vyacheslavonovna, because she really helped me a lot. Without her, I would not have done my movie correctly. Also, I would like to thank Stanislav Eduardovich for actually helping me with the montage. And of course, I would like to thank my cast team. Without them, I would not have had this beautiful film. And here you can scan the QR code if you want to download my film and watch it. Thank you.
Рита, спасибо большое за презентацию и презентацию своего продукта. It's obvious that you are curious about filmmaking and the topic. Why do you think it could be interesting for other people? And who is your target audience? Thank you.
My type, I wanted my type to be teenagers, literally everyone, because the age gap was from like 11 to 67, so, or 70, yeah, I forgot my grandma's age. But wait, what was the question again?
Who could be interested in your films?
Anyone, and also I think anyone who has like some psychological problems in their life. Yeah. Mental problems.
Rita, it looks like an enormous amount of work you have done. Just like can't imagine how much you have invested in this film. So it's really amazing. And you mentioned that you looked for information online. And can you specify which websites did you use and where you looked for the information about movie making, and who were those experts who helped you to verify the information you found online? So because you said you conducted an interview with an expert.
So the expert was Stanislav Eduardovich. He helped me a lot. I was like with him pretty much every Wednesday. So on the internet, I was trying to find information about the titles to put at the end of the film, and I used YouTube to actually learn how to edit. So I would watch videos of like professional people who are in the cinematography, and I would watch how they...
Can you recommend some specific YouTube videos that I can watch to create my own video?
To be honest, I don't remember the names, but I could tell you later.
Okay, thank you.
Margarita, I want to thank you for your presentation, for talking to us. It was wonderful, and it seems like it's been a lot of work, and for sharing your worries and your feelings before showing everyone this movie, and for your conclusions that you came up with, like that nothing can be perfect and not everything can be perfect. I think that's a great experience that you've had from your project. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Margot. This is a huge success, in my opinion, and I watched the film, and I'm so proud of you and what you have done. And I just wanted to ask you, before you started filming, what was priority one for you? To learn how to make a film or the plot of the film? So like to provoke some thoughts and just so that people would remember it. Thank you.
To be honest, none of them above. The top priority for me was to organize people, because my first draft had 7 characters in my film, but in the end I only ended up with 3 characters in my film because I was bad at organizing people and time management was so bad for me. So my top one priority was to organize people and to have them all fit and make them feel safe and like comfortable.
Arthur, I saw it on your face you liked Margot's project.
Yeah, I couldn't help smiling, planning to watch that film on my weekends.
The next student's idea of the project could be very useful for the 8th graders. Ivan claims to have made a generator of ideas for personal projects.
Sounds very intriguing. Koto Ivan, it's your time to shine.
My name is Ivan Kotov, and my supervisor is Elmira Demirovna. My personal project is a website for generation ideas. My main goal is to help students like me to find ideas and theme for their projects. My goal to create a site which will help generate ideas and topic depending on the students' interests. The project will help to gain knowledge in IT and site creating, which is a very useful skill nowadays. Here you can see my criteria of success of a project. I highlight such criteria as product originality, product quality, demand, product design, and usability of the site. While working on the project, I had an action plan starting from October. In February, I started creating the site, but it was harder than I had thought and took a lot of time. I had to remember how to make sites, which we did last year in IT lessons. As for ATL skills, site building needs a lot of research analysis and computer literacy. Also, I communicated with my father's co-worker to find out how coding works. His advice was very helpful. But sorry to say, I didn't have enough time to finish the project on time. Reflection, I didn't finish the product, but I got a lot of experience of how to create sites. For example, working in Python, it was a real challenge for me. My advice is I would advise you to choose a topic that is really interesting. Otherwise, you will have nothing to say about your project and the defense of the project. Thank you for your attention.
Я, наверное, задам на русском. Можно же, да? Меня слышно? Ага. Задам вопрос на русском, потому что такой сложный вопрос. Из каких компонентов в итоге состоит твой финальный продукт и как они реализованы?
Очень плохо слышно.
Куда ближе-то? Ага. Еще раз, из каких компонентов состоит твой финальный продукт и как эти компоненты реализованы? На чем ты их делал?
В смысле, на какой программе, на какой платформе?
Да.
Я делал на нескольких платформах в зависимости от своего местоположения, потому что я делал в разных местах свой персональный проект. Я мог его делать, например, в кафе, и я делал там в хроме, например. Переносил потом код. Иногда, когда дома, то в программе, в разных.
И как в итоге работает и как выглядит твой финальный продукт? Он вообще закончен?
К сожалению, сейчас фотографии вы не увидите, потому что я их забыл ставить. Но сейчас там только одна страница вроде бы, и сайт направлен на то, чтобы помочь придумать идею, и он уже, в принципе, может помочь это сделать.
А на каком принципе основан этот процесс подбора идей?
Brainstorm помогает сделать.
То есть, насколько я понимаю, он просто наводит тебя на мысль.
Можно и так сказать, да.
Просто вот 2 года назад делали проект примерно с такой же темой, но это был просто генератор каких-то абсолютно рандомных и абсурдных идей из... Да.
Я слышал.
Из заранее заготовленного.
Ваня, вот мы выбираем тут самого великого исследователя из 9 класса. Скажи, пожалуйста, а какие исследования ты делал в ходе работы над своим проектом? Вот что ты исследовал самое интересное, вот самое сложное, вот какие ты провел исследования, может быть?
Как я уже сказал, мне помогал исследовать работник моего папы, и он мне помогал там какие-то моменты в коде, если я, например, не знал какую-то команду, то вот он мне помогал исследовать в интернете, я искал некоторые команды.
Ты исследовал, как программировать, правильно я понимаю? Да. То есть ты как бы учился программировать и проводил исследования, как это делать. Да? Да. А что ты можешь порекомендовать? Может, какие-то веб-сайты, какие-то программы, вот что-то такое человеку, который хочет тоже начать программировать? Может, я завтра решу создать свой сайт.
Нет, не могу, к сожалению.
Работника папы можете порекомендовать?
Да, могу от его.
Хорошо, спасибо.
Думаю, не связываться с питоном, когда вы будете сайт делать. Есть же конструкторы сайтов, которые полегче.
Почему именно конструкторы? По-любому все равно придется писать какие-то скрипты самостоятельно.
Это все? Спасибо.
Thank you, Ivan. I wish someone had come up with that idea when I was working on my personal project.
That's understandable. To move on, I would like to invite our future nutritionist to tell about healthy and balanced diet. Irina Bilak, we are waiting for you on stage.
My personal project is creating a brochure with a diet. My supervisor is Raisa Nikolaevna Poleykina. My learning goal is creating a brochure. It was hard to make a decision what topic I want to work with in my project, but I've made it and I'm absolutely happy with it. I believe that my personal project can help a lot of people. A balanced diet that will help anyone who wants to improve their health. I think that a person's physical and moral condition depends on what they eat and in what amount they do it. My product is a brochure. After I collect all the necessary information and analyze it, I made a brochure with a diet, with observations and tips of maintaining the best moral and physical shape of a person. I really want to believe that my project will be very helpful. Those are my success criteria. They're coming up from the literacy of the text and ending up with the design. Literacy of the text is about how correctly the text of the brochure will be. Information saturation tells us about how much information will be in the brochure and how useful it is. The text reliability is about that everybody will have an ability to easily read and understand the brochure. It also reflects the design because it always made like the dark letters are on the white background and so on. The content of a brochure reflects the purpose of writing because what you read in a brochure is similar to what my learning goal was. The design of the brochure will be nice looking and easily readable. It's not looking dull, but it has some interesting moments. This is the plan of my project. I started working on the October of 25th. That was the beginning. Then I was continuing during December, February, and March, and the final result came up in the middle of the spring. My ATL skills. The first statement is about the learning goal. In order to learn how to make a balanced diet, I had to research, organize, and analyze and evaluate information and ideas. That's research skill. I learned to do this through interaction with specialists and information gathering. That's communication. My other ATL skill, which is about the product. The project was creating a brochure. To do this, I collected, analyzed, and processed data using skill as research. I did this by studying the creation of brochures in newspapers and writing text and articles. This is my final product. If you'd like to see it, I can share a link with you. It is free to read. And reflection. While making this project, I learned to plan my time better. I am proud that I tried not to give up at any criteria of the project. I tried to reach all of the goals I set. To begin with, I spent lots of time searching for resources that could become a source of some inspiration so that I could understand what I want to see in my brochure. Then I studied some designs of other brochures, and only after that I made my own. The ready and thoughtful text of the brochure reflects all the objective points that a person should know in order to have the best moral and physical shape. I would like to say words of gratitude to my supervisor, Raisa Nikolaevna, and to the tutor, Anna Andreevna. That's it.
Arina, and thank you for such an interesting presentation and a well-chosen topic too. And brochure is one of the text types we study in diploma program. And it's really important to get the format right, and it's very difficult for diploma students to understand how to create a brochure. Can you give some recommendations? What are the tips, or what are the most important key features of a brochure as a text type?
Я могу по-русски ответить?
Yeah, sure.
Ну, я как поняла, вы спрашиваете про то, как лучше составить текст, чтобы он был формальным и одновременно понятным.
Да, вообще какие основные черты брошюры? Вот как этот тип текста брошюры, чем она отличается от там статьи, например, или какой-то, не знаю, формального письма?
Я видела много разных брошюр, причем в некоторых больше элементов от статей, а некоторые больше похожи на планы. Я пыталась найти какую-то золотую середину, но я так поняла, основная черта — это дать минимум информации, в которой будет все, что нужно. То есть не нужно объяснять много или что-то много расписывать, это скорее такой тоже своего рода сбалансированный сбор информации.
Спасибо. Ты прям уловила главную черту, да, презентовать информацию красочно, ярко, но так, чтобы человек был не overloaded with information, да, прям то, что нужно только написать. Ага, спасибо.
Было ли у тебя в планах напечатать вообще свою брошюру, чтобы она получила больше распространения, например, конкретно под школе? Или ты больше придерживаешься вот такого электронного формата?
Да, это изначально было в планах, и ее можно напечатать, в этом нет никакой проблемы, но я решила сохранить ее пока что в электронном виде, потому что так ее легче презентовать и ей легче поделиться. Но да, ее можно без проблем распечатать и хранить вообще в любом виде.
Арин, ты говорила о своих исследованиях, и очень много провела ты исследований через интернет, в интернете, и в то же время встречи со специалистами. Вот промелькнуло у тебя. С какими специалистами ты встречалась, и как ты вообще проводила интервью, как ты готовила questionnaire вот для этого интервью?
Да, я сначала самостоятельно изучала статьи, и мне очень повезло. У меня есть знакомый врач-диетолог, ее зовут Светлана Владимировна, и я слушала ее советы, дополняя их в свою брошюру, и также вместе с ней фильтровали то, что я нашла сама. Вот, и это как бы помогло избежать ложной информации. То есть у меня был под рукой всегда профессионал, который мне помогал и говорил, что нужно убрать, что нужно добавить и так далее. Вот.
Irina, I really liked your idea. It was so educational.
I go along with you, Varia. And now what? Freshman Simeon, our next student, created 50 blueprints. Can't wait to see them.
Можно как-нибудь на первый слайд вернуть, а то вы пролистываете сейчас.
Simeon, as you know, the desired format was .ppt or .key, so we can do nothing. We can do nothing with this format. I'm so sorry.
Can you repeat?
Use your clicker.
Hi everyone, my personal project was to learn how to draw and end up with 60 paintings and sketches and blueprints and see how it affects in my emotions. Okay. I choose this topic because my whole family is closely connected with engineering and architecture, and I saw them drawing and making blueprints since I was 4, so it's kindly in my blood. Yeah. Presentation, definitely. Can you do something, please? I'm sorry. Something went wrong. Oh, thank you. It's working. So my learning goal was about 2 or 3 years ago. I started painting. Of course, it was like at the beginning my paintings were simple, similar, and not very interesting. But almost all of them were related to buildings, architecture, faiths, like exteriors. Subsequently, I began to notice the difference between the facades of various buildings. I began to photograph them and copy from the pictures sometimes. Then I had time, I drew from the nature of the buildings. So the real learning goal was to learn how to draw blueprints, because I want to go in the building institute, and I want to connect my life with building. So, yeah. The product will be, I decided to print 60 sketches and blueprints. This will be proof that I have completed the course of mastering the drafting and blueprints. I choose the topic because I want to connect my life with architecture, construction, and engineering, and this will help me to be better immersed in it. So, yeah. Sorry. The product success criteria. The first criteria was order, because I need to draw more, like 3 times a week, because this would be the proof and the real plan to have time to finish it, or like, because 60 blueprints is not the real order, not the real aim. Also, I had like criteria precision, criterion text quality, and criterion blueprints literature. The criterion blueprint literature means that I need to know how to explain the meaning of the tools of the architecture, like what does mean isograph, how to use that. I need to know how to use special, even the paper, yeah. Text quality means that I need to explain what I drew here, why this line contains and like why this line is here or another line staying here. And precision is like my work should be done correctly, and every MYP teacher would take it. Like this is examples of my work. It's I've just choose 4 I've loved the more. You can see on the up right side, it's graphic. It's one of, I guess, the best work I've got. Yeah. So the first, like, in order to learn to find out this all information, how to make blueprints, I will have to conduct. I had to conduct research information literacy skills. I will learn to do this through the analysis, the information sources, collection information, and evolution its reliability, as well as a survey of my parents' communication skills. Yeah. So also then I understood what my project would be. I found the plan to myself. So the real statement of the plan was to start training, because I always was like on Monday, I was on Monday, and it was difficult to me. So next I need to buy everything I need, because to architecture is the most real things if you have high quality materials and tools. Yeah. And also I needed to rent a place where I will draw, because I don't like to draw at my home, because I don't feel comfortable there. So I rent a place where I will draw. It's like small studio, and that's it. Yeah. My advice is to someone who would choose a personal project connected to architecture. First one is plan specific days on which you will have to draw and the time, how much time you will draw. Yeah, another one is buy high quality materials and tools because this will affect a lot. And focus while drawing and let yourself rest. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, okay, ask them.
Можно я по-русски задам вопрос?
Да, конечно, так будет даже мне удобнее.
Да, мне тоже показалось, что вам будет удобнее. Вот я знаю, что сейчас все архитекторы используют разные программы, а вы на компьютере рисовали скетчи или все-таки от руки нарисованный скетч? А почему именно вот от руки вы выбрали рисовать? Наверное, вот сейчас уже больше не рисует никто от руки.
Ну, наверное, да, но те же самые архитекторы, про которых вы говорите, которые на данный момент используют на планшете, к примеру, рисуют, или не на бумаге, изначально учились на бумаге, потому что они отрабатывали эти движения, отрабатывали, как правильно ставить линии, потому что на планшете, да, намного проще, ты нарисовал эту линию, ты можешь ее спокойно стереть, там проще тени нанести, проще это рассчитать, все, но если ты это умеешь делать от руки и делаешь это идеально на бумаге, то тебе будет намного проще научиться делать на планшете.
То есть обучают все равно сейчас,
да,
в мархе обучают от руки рисовать.
Да.
Да? Интересно. Еще вот такой вопрос. Вот какие есть курсы, вообще что вы использовали для того, чтобы научиться рисовать скетчи? То есть вас родители обучали или же вы какие-то использовали, не знаю,
есть специальные курсы, которых на самом деле множество, каждый может выбрать, который нравится ему больше. Есть онлайн-курсы, есть заочные условно.
Какие вы посещали курсы?
Я посещал и те, и те.
И онлайн, и...
Да.
Это при мархе какие-то курсы?
Это курсы были по обучению для поступления в такие вузы, как мархи, и там, честно говоря, забыл сейчас второй еще вуз, из головы вылетело, извиняюсь. Я просто готовился в основном к мархи, да.
Ага, понятно. То есть это в рамках вашей подготовки. Понятно, спасибо.
Simeon, thank you for your presentation. Vare, have you ever been struggling communicating with other people?
I must admit that I have faced a couple of problems as most other teenagers. Actually, now we're ready to invite Kurilova Victoria with her project about communication of generations that aims to solve this problem.
Hello everyone, my name is Kurilova Victoria and I want to present you my personal project which called Connection of Generations, Understand, Preserve and Strengthen. And my supervisor was Mulayeva Nina. When we begin to create our personal project, we must first set out ourselves a learning goal and identify research questions. These are my research questions and the purpose of my project. The learning goal of my project is to study the relationship between generations and the theory of generations, and also delving into the research to study the topic of conflicts between generations. In most cases, they happen in families. I chose this particular topic for my project because it is closely related to me, and it also very relevant and demand among people of all ages. For a long time, I didn't understand my parents, and they didn't understand me. However, conflicts happen not only between teenagers and their parents, but also among older people, among themselves. Often on social networks, I began to come across videos of other guys who are in same situation as me. From that moment on, I began to think about the cause of our conflicts and in general about the connection between our generations. because I understood that as the Discord developed, it would get worse and worse. Therefore, I decided to investigate this problem, and with the help of my project, it is possible to help other people understand this topic. As I said earlier, learning about connection and generational theory can help me solve my problem as well as help other people. So my purpose of my project is to convey the information I have learned about the theory and connection of generation. So these are my project success criteria. The first one is certain information. I had to sort the information I found correctly into the necessary and unnecessary ones and make a text for the article from this. The second criteria is content. The content of my article should be properly structured, and also the vocabulary needs to be simple. Next criteria is relevance. The article and the topic of my project should be relevant so that the audience is interested in reading at any time. The fourth criteria is visual image of my article. It means that the design of my article should be acceptable for the journal. And the last criteria is information accuracy. My product must be with accurate information, verified and reliable. In order to make it easier for me to implement my product, I created a plan to achieve my goal of my product. It consists of a date or deadlines, tasks or goal, and I also painted each of the tasks in detail in order to quickly navigate. I had highlighted important dates for my implementation plan. All of them are completed almost on time. The publication of my work will be in May along with the general issue of the Triton magazine. At the beginning of the year of work, we created the mirror board in which we had to register ATL skills. ATL skills research has been applied to achieve my learning goal. Throughout my work, I have researched and studied the topic of generational ties in order to write my own product, an article. I also applied communication and social skills in order to realize my product. Namely, I took a mini interview with a specialist in this field in order to fulfill one of my success criteria, information accuracy. Throughout the work of the project and the development of skills, of course, I came across various challenges. The most difficult of them was the lack of time to work. In addition of the project, I have many other tasks and I didn't have time to do everything at once. Starting from this problem, another problem arose, is combining study with project work. Due to the large number, I often didn't have time to do some tasks or didn't have time to submit the report by the deadline. And the last problem was the complex information on the sites. So this is my final product. As I said earlier, my product is an article about the connection of generations. Now you can go through the QR codes and read the article. In summarizing my project, I identified some things that I could have done differently or taken into account some difficulties. As I said earlier, my main challenge was the lack of time, so after analyzing my process of working on a project, I would correctly allocate my time, carefully plan all my time and combine it with my studies so that there is enough time for do everything. I would like to give some advice to those who start their work on a personal project. First, of course, calculate your strengths. Do not set too many goals for yourself. Also, in order not to be late on deadlines and not do everything at the last moment, it is better to try to submit all reports and presentations on time. I am most proud that I set myself the tasks of reaching the end, because at the beginning of the work I had great doubts about myself and my abilities. I am also proud that I wrote the article and met all the criteria of success, which wasn't easy for me. I want to express my deep gratitude to my supervisor, Nina Mulyeva, for her support, help, and faith in me. Personal project coordinator Anna Permikova, also for her help. I want to thank my mentor, Lavrentiy Serikov, for his support, for not letting me give up, and also for my classmates. So thank you for your attention. Now you can ask me a question, preferably in Russian.
Вик, я знаю, что ты планировала свою статью поместить в школьный журнал.
Да.
Что ты думаешь по этому поводу сейчас? И вообще не пропала ли у тебя мотивация на продвижение своей работы? Или после окончания ты решила оставить ее у себя?
Спасибо за вопрос. Да, в моем плане последний пункт, который указан, то, что моя статья должна выйти в журнале «Тритон» вместе с его изданием. Вроде бы он в мае будет, 3-й выпуск.
Спасибо.
Вика, у меня 2 вопроса. Первый. Вы сказали, что во время исследования вы столкнулись с complex information on the website, со сложной информацией. И как вы с ней работали?
Спасибо за вопрос. Мне помогал мой супервайзер, также некоторые люди мне помогали, и я встретилась со специалистом, психологом в этой теме, который изучает как раз-таки теорию поколений, и она мне тоже помогла объяснить правильно эту информацию, преподнести в более простой язык, чтобы я написала это в свою статью.
Это вот содержательная часть, но ваш продукт — это статья, правильно? Во время исследования, подготовки и написания, как вы поняли, какие характерные черты у статьи? Что это за жанр такой?
Жанр моей статьи, мне кажется, больше как научно-популярный, потому что он преподносит какие-то термины, но они более простым языком.
И вот чем статья отличается от других публикаций? Какие у нее характерные черты?
Вообще, мне кажется, то, что она отличается более жизненными примерами. Там очень много примеров, которые я привела не только из своей жизни, но и из жизни каких-нибудь моих знакомых, и которые мне рассказывала специалист, какие можно преподнести, чтобы всем читателям было интересно.
Вся информация для статьи бралась только из какого-то одного источника или куда ближе-то? Вся информация для статьи бралась только из какого-то одного источника или были разные?
Спасибо за вопрос. Были разные источники, были и видео на Ютубе, и какие-то подкасты, которые я слушала. Также я спрашивала, вот как раз-таки брала мини-интервью у специалиста, задавала вопросы, которые меня волнуют касаемо темы моей статьи. Но и также сайты, информационные источники и какие-то даже книги некоторые.
И самый главный вопрос. Вика, в начале презентации ты сказала, что, как у любого подростка, у тебя тоже бывают сложности во взаимоотношении с родителями. Можешь ли ты сказать... Спасибо. Можешь ли ты сказать, что эта статья тоже заставила тебя о чем-то задуматься, и лично твои отношения с родителями стали проще, легче и лучше?
Спасибо за вопрос. Да, конечно, эта статья мне помогла очень сильно в понимании вообще этой темы. И я надеюсь, что моим языком, который я поняла, я объясню другим. И, возможно, у остальных также изменится ситуация и исчерпаются конфликты.
I've learned so much. Thank you, Victoria. Arthur, let me ask you something. Are you an organized person?
Well, I might lose something from time to time, and I hope to get some life hacks from Skotnikov Maxim because his project is about spatial environment. Let's
Welcome
cheer
on
up.
stage.
Hello everyone, this is my personal project. My name is Maxim Skotnikov and my supervisor is Surikova Ekaterina Pavlovna. Okay, so my learning goal was for me is to just study the structure and organization of Japanese hotels in order to just more understand about this whole theme and the theme that I'm making a project about. So my interest in this whole theme appeared thanks to my mother's work because when I was little, I was going with her to a lot of hotels. I was looking around and it got my attention. And talking about interest in Japan, I also got it from my early age. I really like the architecture, the cultural, so it is a very fun and interesting theme for me to make a project about. So my product. As a product, I decided to make a 3D tour of a hotel made in Japanese style. And I was really hoping that it will help me gain new skills and better understand my mother's work. But unfortunately, due to the situation in our country, I had to abandon my idea about going to Japan and making a tour of a Japanese hotel. But still, I thought that I need to do something. So that's why I made a tour of a Moscow hotel. So these are my product success criteria. These are tour quality, logic, convenience of the tour, correct display of the tour, and the right angles of photos in the tour. This was my plan to complete the whole product. And about ATL skills, I had to conduct a research and find some information about just how to make the actual 3D tour. So this is where I need my research, information, and literacy skills. And also, I did a survey of my parents. This is where my communication skills helped me. So, as I said, my product is a 3D tour of a hotel called Azimut Hotel, and it contains 360 degrees photos. They can be rotated, so they're changing automatically. Here's a QR code for those who are interested in watching my tour. Okay. So, a bit of reflection. I've learned how to plan my time better, and I feel that I'm a lot more punctual right now. And I'm really proud of the fact that I didn't just lose my whole, this fire in my eyes while doing this project. So I didn't abandon the whole text, the actual tour. So I did all the work and I overcame myself, and I'm really proud of it. And if I had started all over again, I would suggest myself to do the whole report right away, not dragging to the last point as I did right now. And my little advice is this. Just choose a topic that you're really interested in, and the work is going to be much easier and more interesting for you. Words of gratitude, I want to say a big thank you to my supervisor, parents, and everyone that helped me with my tour. Thanks for your attention.
Спасибо, Maxim. Thank you very much. Just to specify, what is your final product and what did you research into?
What did I research in my product? I was researching some sites in order to just understand a bit of, modeling the whole thing, how to connect photos and how to make a tour of it. Also, I watched some videos of people that are doing some montage in life for me to understand the actual process. And also, I asked one of my mother colleagues to help me a bit with the tour, and it turned out to be great. Thanks to him.
Max. So the QR code is working, and I could see the 3D tour. Thank you very much. But I was just curious to learn, why did you call project Japanese principles? What is the Japanese principle? I was looking forward to learning some information about it, but I didn't hear it, so.
Yeah, because my first idea actually was not to make an actual tour. I wanted to make a model of a Japanese hotel. But then I thought that making a tour is, for me, a bit, better. It looks better, so I don't want to say that something is less work or more, but it's something different. It's definitely a lot more interesting for me because I'll need to go somewhere. So I thought that I should somehow don't change my actual name of it and just stay in the theme to just remember what I wanted to do firstly.
Okay, no problem. But in general, what is it about the Japanese principle and Japanese hotel? Why
Japanese?
Yeah, why Japanese? Why did it
Oh,
come
well,
up to your
I
mind?
explained that due to this. First of all, just because I really like Japan. So I talked about it, that I really like culture and just the whole country. And why didn't I do the actual Japanese hotel is because I can't really go to Japan right now. Well, I wanted to go, but due to the situation, I can't. So that's why I had to do a Moscow hotel tour.
And sorry, I just want to clarify. And what is so special about Japanese hotels? What is the difference between a Japanese hotel and a Russian hotel, say?
For me, Japanese hotels are a bit different because the actual structure of a hotel inside is totally different than a Russian hotel. I'll say it's a bit more cultural, so it looks, for me, just a lot better. I feel a lot more comfortable in Japanese style, so that's why I thought about that.
Are there any Japanese hotels in Russia? Because, I mean, like, you make us feel like really anxious to go somewhere and try it out because it sounds so great.
Can you repeat the question a bit louder?
Are there any Japanese hotels or hotels in Japanese style on the territory of Russia?
I'm pretty sure that they are, but because I don't really have beautiful time management, and that's why I had to find a very quick solution to my problem, and that's why it turned out to be
But
like
have
that.
you researched this question, whether there are any Japanese-style hotels on the territory of our country, or you haven't? You don't know anything about that?
I was looking at that, and I even found one, but I just got the problem that was too far away, and I thought that it just too much.
Where? Can you give us some details? I'm just curious.
What again?
Where is this hotel?
Name?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really remember. It was, I think, more than half a year ago. I can't really remember it now. I'm sorry.
Maxim, thank you for your speech. I enjoyed it a lot.
That is so true. Actually, we're now waiting for Sergey Kirill to continue his presentation.
Hello, dear teachers, classmates. My name is Kirill, and my project is called Olympiad Notifier. You can see my career research question and the learning goal on the screen, but I would like to speak more about my personal interest, which was the starting point of my personal project. I once missed the Math Olympiad, although I had a good chance of getting into the regional state. After talking to my classmates, I realized that it wasn't only me who had such a problem, we were in the same boat. This was the reason for the socially meaningful idea. This is what I got. Here you can see a column with the choice of subject department on which there could be an Olympiad. When you select an Olympiad, you can subscribe to it and be notified on day in advance. In the picture, you can see the website where it's possible to add the Olympiad and their stages. Every teacher will have username and a password so that they could upload the information and it will immediately appear in the bot itself. To evaluate my own product, I chose the following criteria: budget, interface, and function. I felt that the bot must be on free platform and that I should invest a minimum amount of money in its ascertain, since we all students and do not earn money ourselves. That's what's very important for such a bot is the interface, as it should be intuitively understandable to everyone and not to cause any questions. The function criteria for me consisted of the three main points. First one, students with the help of bot will be able to receive notification about the upcoming Olympiads. A second one, students will receive notification of Olympiads on time that they have signed up for. A third one, the bot will only have up-to-date information about the upcoming Olympiads. I felt that these features are the most important for the bot because the correct output of the data depends on it. In addition, I would like my bot to be useful not only for students but also for teachers because this bot will simplify the process of getting information about the upcoming Olympiads. On this slide, you can see the tasks and deadlines I set myself at the beginning of my personal project. One of the most important were choosing a platform and registering a website as this in foundation of my project. All of this, according to plan, had to be done on time. At the end of my work, I want to say that I did not miss any deadlines and everything was done on time. Regarding ATL skills, the contribution of my chosen ATL skills in achieving both my learning goal and my project cannot be overestimating in order to achieve my learning goal and accurate skills that would allow me to create an electronic assistant. I had to select and use technology effectively and productively. First of all, a starting point of my personal project where I had to find out which platform to use in order to make an electronic assistant that all students of the gymnasium could use an Olympiad reminder. In order to create an electronic assistant, I should understand and use technology system to be able to inform others about the upcoming Olympiads through the chosen platform. That's why I had to create a code that would allow my product to work properly. The thing that I struggled with the most was Python language of programming. The exploration of the program took me longer. Now I don't struggle with it anymore and plan to try make my own application in the near future after completing the personal project. The problem I faced. I can say a lot of work has been done. Not everything was good, smoothly. Of course, there were some difficult along the way. The main one, I think, is the one I had to combine the personal project, studies, and preparation for the final examination for the 9th grade. Teachers should also play a certain role because we had to find time for consultation that would be converted for everyone. I can't help but mention the big criteria which had to be considered both in the certain of the product itself and in the creation of the reports to it. Fortunately, all of these difficulties did not prevent me from successfully completing the project and creating a working bot. Throughout this work, I was able to develop new skills such as communication skill because I had to communicate with different people during the course of the project. The management skill. Since I often had to solve several tasks at the same time, I learned how to allocate my time correctly, even though it was not easy time. My advice. I would advise everyone who start doing the personal project that you don't have to do everything on the last day. Start your project at the beginning of the school year, then you won't have any problem. Most of all, I like the result. I got a great project that will really be useful for the gymnasium students. I would like to thank my supervisor, Tatsenko Margarita Sergeyevna. She helped me a lot with my work in the project, was constantly in touch and advised me on my question. Also, the personal project coordinator Anna Permikova for her valuable comments that helped my project to be better. I'm grateful to Alexey Viktorovich. He helped me with my project during the whole year and gave me useful advice. Thank you. And if you want to find the bot, you can put it to the searching panel in Telegram. If you have any question, please ask on Russia.
У меня два вопроса. Планируешь ли ты внедрять свой продукт прямо на всю гимназию, как какое-то обязательное явление для тех, кто участвует в олимпиадах?
Ну, возможно, это будет в планах, пока это только... Там пока нет именно олимпиад в самом боте, там только тестовые варианты есть. То есть проверяли, приходят ли уведомления, приходят ли даты. То есть в будущем пока что только у 9 классов будет возможность такая, что учителя могут создавать свои олимпиады, добавлять их в список, и они появятся в боте автоматически с датами и уведомлениями, собственно. Но в будущем я планирую, возможно, добавить это для средней школы.
И как ты думаешь, возможно ли и стоит ли расширять сферу тех событий, о которых будет уведомлять бот, до каких-то общешкольных мероприятий? Может, мероприятий студсовета, как-то использовать это более широко для всех студентов, не только для олимпиадников?
Я думаю, что в принципе можно будет, если добавить отдельный именно пункт, то есть не только как олимпиада, а именно какие-то школьные события, то в принципе, думаю, можно будет добавить, да.
Спасибо, Кирилл. Я считаю, что это очень крутой бот. И мне бы он самой очень пригодился. Я всегда боюсь забыть, когда кому напомнить о том, что предстоит Олимпиада. Поэтому если бы ты внедрил это не только в 9 классы, а, например, ну хотя бы 8-11 классы в нашей школе, все учителя были бы тебе очень благодарны. Спасибо.
Кирилл, скажи, пожалуйста, до персонального проекта ты знал язык программирования, который ты упомянул, Python language?
Сам язык программирования я не знал, но на протяжении всего года я его практиковал и смог улучшить свои навыки с его обращения, можно так сказать.
Почему ты выбрал именно этот язык программирования? Какое-то исследование по этому поводу проводил и как ты этому учился? Спасибо.
Выбрал этот язык, потому что Telegram-бота легче всего создавать именно через Python, ну, потому что это проще всего. Какой был второй вопрос?
Как ты учился этому языку? Какое ты исследование проводил?
У нас были онлайн-уроки с Алексеем Викторовичем, это есть в моем репорте, но не в презентации. Он мне помогал правильно обращаться с именно конкретными библиотеками, которые помогли бы мне создать такого телеграм-бота. То есть сам я его не изучал, мне помогал с этим Алексей Викторович, за что ему большое спасибо.
Мне кажется, мы должны Антону Дмитриевичу рассказать, что у нас есть Олимпиад-бот.
Да и все администрации в целом. Потому что, мне кажется, если это интегрировать прямо вот так, как я предложил, прям для всех мероприятий, кстати, для пробников тоже, потому что очень многие часто про них забывают, то это будет очень полезное дело для всей гимназии, абсолютно.
Thank you, Kirill. That was outstanding.
By the way, that was the last project for today. In a couple of minutes, the jury will announce the winner in our today's nomination, the Best Inquirer.
Yes, tak. To pass this time, we have a couple questions to our dear audience while the jury is working on their decision.
Be ready to raise your hand and answer. You can get a microphone from our assistant. The first question. Do you see yourself as an inquirer? Why?
Who wants to answer? Raise your hands, guys.
Let me repeat the question again. Do you see yourself as an inquirer and why?
You know, I guess we are all inquirers here in the school, and I'm here. As we are learning inquiring into different topics, and I'm glad that my students are inquirers, and me as well, because I'm digging into loads of different topics, researching the best options to teach you, to deal with you, and to make your life easier and our life easier as well, and make this world better.
Thank you for your answer. So, our second question is, what should an inquirer do to keep the enthusiasm? Maybe someone wants to answer? I don't see any hands.
Who wants to answer?
I think Nastya wants to answer. Could you repeat the question, please?
So the question is, what should an inquirer do to keep the enthusiasm?
I think the inquirer should state the questions that he's interested in, so that way he won't lose motivation to work and find an answer.
Thank you very much. And the last question, who's the most inquiring student in our school?
Oh, I think all the students are the most inquirers in our school, and I'm so proud that I can see now at this concert call a lot of students, and including those who are at the stage now. They are the best inquirers for me. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you for your answer. So the jury is ready. Is the jury ready?
I
No?
think we can ask Lavrentiy Igorevich. Lavrentiy Igorevich, let me switch to Russian. Lavrentiy Igorevich, какой для вас студент будет являться самым большим исследователем? Какие качества, как вы описываете такого студента?
Всем добрый день. Я, конечно, могу ответить на английском, но у меня очень плохой, поэтому я отвечу на русском. По поводу, мне на самом деле все студенты понравились, которые выступали сегодня и вчера. Я представляю, как они волновались, особенно когда происходили какие-то технические заминки. Но видно, как они держали свой ответ с достоинством. И я надеюсь, что их идеи, так сказать, проекты, они будут как-то воплощены в жизнь. То есть на вот этом школьном уровне они не будут, скажем так, останавливаться, да. То есть они будут дальше продолжаться, и ребята смогут что-то из этого сделать. Всем удачи.
Thank you for your answer, Lavrentiy Igorevich. So, is the jury ready? Okay. So now we would like to give word to
Natalia Ivanovna to present the award.
Yes, please.
So, the expert council has made its choice, and we decided to nominate Margarita Karpekina and Gleb Pugach as the best inquirers of today's session.
You will probably ask a question why these people were nominated as the best researchers, because in their presentation actually they demonstrated how they did their research and the results of their research, and they actually inquired in their research deeply, and that was the greatest impression on us. Thank you very much.
We are so happy for Margarita and Gleb, and now our event is coming to the end. We thank you all for being with us today. Special thanks to the jury for their hard work and to our most hardworking students for their insightful presentation.
Tomorrow we will continue our project presentations and we will listen to the students of 9C. Thank you very much for being with us today.
See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Have a great day.